We spend decades in classrooms absorbing the world outside of us. We memorize geography, science, and history to secure our academic and professional success. We can map the orbits of planets or the chemical composition of stars, yet few of us can trace the origin of a single spike in anxiety or the mechanics of a recurring thought. When thoughts start racing or physical stress builds up in the shoulders, most of us find ourselves without the tools to slow the momentum. Navigating this requires a sequence of 9 specific exercises that build a foundation for internal regulation, beginning with the body and ending with the mind itself. This is a highly structured process, a method for learning to read the self with the same rigor we apply to a textbook. The first stage relies on a single biological instrument, the breath. It serves as the baseline for every observation that follows. Step 1 is awareness. You register the inhale and the exhale as they occur, observing the natural rhythm without trying to change its pace. In step 2, you track the full journey of a single breath. You follow the precise start of the inhale, its expansion through the lungs, and its final exit. Step 3 uses the rhythm of the breath as a bridge to the rest of the body. You scan from head to toe, logging objective sensations like localized heat, cold, or pressure. Step 4 involves targeted release. As you exhale, you consciously relax the specific areas where you identify tension, often the face, the neck, or the shoulders. Stabilizing the physical body provides the steady platform necessary to begin working with more complex emotional data. The next stage moves from passive observation to the active cultivation of internal states. Step 5 is the awakening of Priti. Priti is a term for the initial light sensation of joy or gratitude. You recognize these fleeting signals and identify them as they arise, letting them exist without trying to grasp at them. Step 6 deepens this into Sukha, a state of more stable happiness. By focusing on the exhale, you allow that initial spark of joy to settle and become a steady presence within the body. These practices transform a volatile internal landscape into a stable, predictable climate that you can influence through intent. The final stage of this process requires confronting the mind's own architecture. Step 7 focuses on mental formations. These are the thoughts and habits that populate your consciousness. You identify them as objective data points, labeling a worry as a thought to strip away the emotional context. Step 8 is the process of quieting. When you find yourself caught in the narrative story of a thought, you return to the breath, allowing the mental formation to naturally expire. Step 9 shifts your focus from the content, the specific thoughts, to the container, which is the mind itself. You are distinguishing the thoughts from the space where they occur. Finally, you observe the mind's overarching state. You assess whether the container is currently restless, tired, or calm, independent of whatever thoughts are moving through it. By isolating the thinker from the thoughts, you gain a level of perspective that allows for clear, independent observation. This sequence moves from the simple biological rhythm of a breath to a sophisticated understanding of how the mind functions. Navigating these 9 steps provides a specific type of clarity, the ability to interpret your own internal signals with precision. This skill set allows you to observe internal psychological storms from a secure vantage point, maintaining your balance even when the weather of the mind is turbulent. Mastery of these tools comes from daily repetition. Consistent practice ensures that your internal literacy remains sharp and accessible. True education is complete only when we apply the same dedication to understanding our internal selves as we do to understanding the world around us.